So, good morning at High Impact Leadership. We are excited about starting our book buzz. And for this month, the book we're buzzing about is Vivid Vision by Cameron Herold. And we chose this book mostly because we really wanted to look at our own vivid vision. Travis and I have SMART goals that we work on regularly. It's a live document, but we just didn't feel like it was going quite deep enough. And so we were challenging ourselves with this book. And so the first part of this, the first few chapters, part one is why you need a vivid vision. And I want you to get a copy and join us this month in really getting deep on creating your own vivid vision. There were a couple of things that I wanted to share specifically today. You've heard this before. If you don't know the destination, any road will take you there, right? So being really specific about where you want to get is so important, but it's not just about you. And that's where Travis and I were really kind of falling short. We were creating our own SMART goals, and they were sort of in alignment with where we wanted our company to go. But, we weren't really including all the bits and pieces that you need in order to make sure your team really knows where you want to go, their part in it. And as much as we think we communicate really well with our team, this book has made us think a little bit deeper. We need all of us on board to be moving in the same direction at the same speed if we're to get to where we want to go in the time frame that we want to get there. And so that was a huge learning part for me. And then what leaning into the future looks like as we contemplate how far out we want to look, where we don't want to get too lost in a time frame, but we still want it to be far enough out to think from innovation, and then also not too short that it kind of cramps our ability to accomplish the things we want to accomplish. So, Cameron Herold, he says 3 years is the sweet spot for that. Right now, you're 3 years away from accomplishing your own equally big and audacious goal. So he talks about the BHAG, the big, hairy, audacious goal. So then inside here, there is a sample in the first part of this. There's a sample vivid vision, and it was quite incredible. It's was written by the COO of Alliance City Forums, but the point is he goes into his core values, his culture, his employees, what each employee should be doing in what department, the members. He goes into peer-to-peer and mastermind perfection, world-class content, and it just goes on and on. Media, what they want to be happening in the media, in chair meetings, systems. That's a huge one, right? You can't get to your goals really very easily without having systems in place. And then he even talked about the brand. So that was what I learned this week. I hope that you'll pick up a copy. And then we're going to start next week, part 2, with how to write it. So getting started writing it. And the most important part about that is preparing yourself mentally, getting out of your normal space, getting out of your office, getting out of, and getting back to nature, basically getting out, away, and getting back to nature to really free your mind to think where you want to go, what your big dreams and goals are, and then how to apply that not only to yourself, but to your entire team and an organization. So I'm really excited to get into part 2 next week. Pick up your copy.